So hold on, how is it you're going after the Titan of Time way down below, but he's also attacking Olympus way up top? Is he two separate guys, or just the one?
Kronos isn't attacking Olympus personally, Dora. He's just sending his legions there. He has a dangerous commander leading the assault, a different Titan called Prometheus.
A different Titan called Prometheus? Prometheus. Huh.
Yes, the Titan of Foresight. Even you probably know the tale of his punishment for stealing from the gods.
No, it's... I think... Nah, don't worry about it. See you later, Mel.
You sure?
Prometheus.
Hey, is everything all right with you, Dora? I didn't mean to upset you with talks of Titans when last we spoke.
I'm good, Mel. I don't get mad much anymore, really, and don't get weirded out either. It's just... something about the name Prometheus. It's like... it meant something to me.
But Prometheus was imprisoned for eons prior to this point. If you remember him, it's from a while back.
I'd be ancient history. But I hardly remember yesterday. Don't know how come I'd remember something from that long ago. Not that I do remember anything from then, except...
Except what?
Just a feeling. But it isn't great.
Tell me, Titan, do you recall a mortal woman by the name of Dora? A shade responded strangely when I mentioned you, but can't seem to remember what you did.
Let's leave it be, Agent of Change. That old shade's latent memories have more to do with gods and their deceptions than with anything I did.
Elaborate. Tell me what happened to her. You keep blaming everything on the gods, as though all this is solely their responsibility.
Oh, on the contrary. I take responsibility for mortal kind. But for all their failings, vices, and downfalls, I am not to blame. Nor is this Dora. You tell her I said that.
Dora, I hope you don't mind, but I asked Prometheus himself about this old connection that you feel. He's cagey with his words, but does seem to remember you in turn.
Kind of weird of you to do that, especially since it sounds like he's trying to kill your family up there, but thanks. What do you say?
Well, he said he's not to blame for mortal kind's failings and such, and that neither are you, and asked I tell you so on his behalf. Before attacking me, per usual, of course.
Whew, that's a relief. All this time, I figured if there's any two individuals responsible for all the badness mortals have to deal with, it's Prometheus and me. We're talking stomach aches, heartaches, taxation, lying, cheating. You name it.
It's utter nonsense, but do you have any idea what he could have meant?
Nope. But since you're the one who's talking to him on the regular, maybe you could ask. Now that we're curious.
We'll figure this out.
She does not remember me, not yet. But she shall. And in so doing, remember why she chose to forget me to begin with. And forget so much more.
You say she's not to blame for the failings of mortal kind, as though she could have carried such a burden to begin with. What happened? How do you know her?
That one is haunted by her past, as you can see. But it is not my place to tell you any more than I already have, lest she recall too much too quickly. All in due time, as my master would say.
Prometheus refuses to elaborate about your past with him, Dora. But he believes you're going to remember soon enough. My worry is you're better off not knowing.
And what makes you say that? Besides the part where I've already told you I get a not great feeling just from sounding out his name. Prometheus, ugh, yeah, there it is.
He gave me the impression you forgot about him, and much more, by choice. If that's true, perhaps it's for the best. If only for the sake of your past self.
Forget my past self, Mel. My current self is pretty caught up now in getting to the bottom of all this. Isn't there some sort of witch spell you could do to jog my memory or something?
Well, now that I know of this specific connection you seem to have, it's something to work with. But are you absolutely sure it's what you want?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be something good.
I'll take your word for it. My true friend Dora, for you this is aimed. Regain the memories the Lethe claimed.
Hear that, Selene?
Whoa.
Dora.
I remember everything. About why I forgot everything. I did something pretty bad, Mel.
Whatever it was, you don't have to tell me. Unless, of course, you wish to. In which case, I'm listening.
Yeah, the thing is, I just kinda ruined everything for everyone. For everyone who's mortal, anyway.
What are you talking about? That couldn't possibly be true.
Well, imagine there was once this big storage jar, right? Like you'd keep pickles in, except the gods loaded it full of everything that could possibly go wrong. Hate, heartbreak, hair loss, halitosis. You name it.
I'm not following. Why would all mortal vices and failings be placed within this particular jar? It sounds like you may be thinking of some sort of figurative representation.
No, it was a real jar with all that stuff, and well, I'm still shaky on the details. Let's chat about it more some other time. I'm beat.
Whatever you like.
That jar I mentioned, filled with all the bad stuff, I opened it. I wanted to know what was inside. And it went whoosh. I let just about everything out into the world, into our lives.
What? Why would you have done a thing like that? How did you even come across this jar?
It was a wedding gift from the Olympians. Prometheus, whom I remember now, interesting guy. He had a hunky brother, and we sorta hit it off.
So the gods wanted you to have a jar full of terrible things. That seems an odd sort of present to give to... Who even were you?
Just some woman. But there weren't too many of us then, and I don't think the gods liked Prometheus much. So, anyway, the next time any mortal stubs their toe, pays taxes, gets the sweats, anything like that, it's on me.
Even if what you say is true, you make it sound as though you'd no intention to do it. So it's not your fault.
The thing is, I did do it, so it is my fault. I'm gonna go.
Dora?
So yeah, I guess I cursed all mortal kind a while back. So what if I didn't mean it? Intent doesn't matter.
Intent absolutely matters. So then you drank from the River Lethe to rid yourself of the memory of what transpired, to try and rid yourself of the guilt.
Pretty much. But you want to know the one thing I didn't let out of the jar? It was hope. I was scrambling and locked it in. The one thing I should have set loose, I didn't.
I'm not so certain. We experience hope all the time, gods and mortals alike. If you had set it loose, perhaps it would have been smothered by all the other forces. And then what?
Then mortals wouldn't be quite so delusional, maybe? Anyway, I think I want to be alone now for a bit. Thanks for talking through it with me, Mel. And making me remember.
Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, probably.
Dora, I just can't believe the gods set you up to curse all mortal kind. Is there any possibility your memory's at fault?
I guess. But I remember pretty clearly now, even if it was a long while ago. Though the other thing is, don't all you gods go through most of this stuff yourselves? I mean, you don't die like mortals, but you get the other bad things.
Well, certainly not all of it, but most. So then, perhaps this jar was merely some means of bringing mortals and gods closer together. To reality, such as we know it.
Sounds kinda like the hope that I left in the jar talking, Mel. You don't think the gods were just getting back at Prometheus, his brother, and his gorgeous wife?
Perhaps, but what would they possibly gain from doing such a monstrous thing?
Gods can be jerks sometimes. Like mortals, but stronger. You haven't told anyone about me in the jar, have you? I'd rather keep it between us. Glad I remember now, but wouldn't want the attention from the details getting out.
I've spoken only to Prometheus of it, for he had knowledge of the circumstances from before. But I won't tell another soul.
Good. Maybe eventually I'll go tell everyone myself if I really want to mess with them. And even if not, this has given me a ton of new material for my hauntings. It's scary stuff.
Please don't make light of it, Dora. But confronting your past is better than erasing it, I think. For that, you're very brave.
And you are very foolish! Leave me be!
Hey, wanted to tell you, thanks for bringing back all of my terrible old memories I tried desperately to erase. I'm serious. I'd rather chew on them than spit them out.
As far as I'm concerned, that was your choice more so than mine. I wanted to support you as a friend. We both knew what you would discover had potential to be painful.
I don't know about painful. That's one of the good things about being a shade. No more pain. Some rotten thoughts about the way things were, sure. Maybe some of those.
I do count that as pain. It's not the same as being struck full force by Nemesis, but it can hurt more deeply, and the healing process can take longer, by a lot. Though, do you remember more than just the painful memories, at least?
I guess so, but the other stuff's just not as interesting, you know? Anyway, it's all just history. This is me now.
I'm glad. Forget about the nectar and ambrosia. What if we go to the springs again? It's quiet there. Seems more your style. And for that matter, mine.
I was planning to say no to whatever you had in mind just to mess with you, but the springs do sound okay. So let's go. Yeah, this is the life.
Aren't you angry with the gods? For what they did to you and all of mortal kind, apparently. So what if it was a long time ago? The more I think about it, the angrier I get.
I mean, honestly, it was a pretty good prank. But it was nasty, too. I don't know which one of you all was responsible, but don't really care. Not big on the whole anger thing.
You're too kind. More than my family, at least. I don't think there's any taking back what happened, but for what it's worth, once all this is over, I'm going to do all I can to make it so we gods act more decently with mortals from now on.
Speaking on behalf of all mortals who ever lived or ever will, I think we'd mostly like it if you left us alone. Might be a lot of evils in this world, but we have ways of figuring things out.
Can you and I remain as friends, at least?
Well, let me think about it for a little while and get back to you, all right?
Whenever you're ready.
Done a lot of thinking, and we're good to go on that remain as friends thing, Mel. Though I'll keep you posted if anything comes up.
Sounds good, Dora.